Dave hits you with an ROFLOL. Just playing. Keep up the good work.
It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. We got America's sweetheart Tommy back in the mix, aka the buffet of bits guy, he just got off of Rone.com, where Rone accused him of being too much of a bits guy. That's why Dave was doing the filter ranking people from Beach House, and you were at the bottom.
Yeah, not because of that. Like Dave,
No.
No, I mean, look, whatever. Dave, he knows I could take a lashing, so he put that's totally different. But he had the Three Stooges, Frankie, Trent, and Riggs into Rone.com, and they were like, "What do you think Tommy has to do to get off 10th in Dave's list?" Everyone was like, "He's too lost in the sauce of the bits. He can't tell what's real, what's not. It's just he's too lost in the sauce."
Can I ask you a Beach House question?
Please.
What do you think Tommy Smokes has to do to get out of the basement of the Dave Portnoy rankings?
Dead last.
Dead last.
Yeah, I think he needs to. I mean, what's the polite way to say he needs to fuck something? He needs to fuck something. He needs to fuck something. He needs to go ahead and stop being bit Tommy. You know what I mean? Like, he's so shtick poisoned that, he doesn't know when he's being serious. Like, he's like, no, I'm being serious right now. But it's in the most Tommy bit-it out way possible.
Yeah.
Now look. Yeah, exactly.
And I said, listen, sometimes, yes, that's true. But I can get too much of the bit. It's something I've tried to work on. Again, I do think in general there's a difference between bits and jokes and content. And people like to throw the word, oh, that's a bit around. It's no, we're an on-camera comedy company. We make jokes. It's not everything's a bit. Specifically on Beach House, because it is a reality show, I've been I want to be the realest version of myself. So it's just cameras on 24/7 for 4 straight days. And I think I've done that. I think I made a concerted effort to do that. I think I've acted how I normally act. I said, if you ask Marty, Rhea, Kelly, Jeff, people I've gone on trips with to the shore or Hamptons, they'd be like, oh yeah, he's acting like how he usually acts on a trip. So when Rone was like, Tommy's all he's doing is bits on this trip, I just said, can you give me some specific examples? If there's so many, you should have 10, 15 ready to go. And he didn't really have them ready to go. And now listen, he's right, maybe in general. And I've thought about even doing a new smoke show season where it's I try to find myself. I have a therapist. I'm waiting to see if it gets sold. But I think specifically in the context of the Beach House, I've purposely tried to be as much as myself as possible. And I think I've done that. So I was annoyed when he said I had to.
Would you say you're riled up about it?
Yes. And this isn't I'm not mad.
Did he strike a nerve?
Yeah. Were you actually mad?
I mean, not fuming, but I was it bothered me because I was I feel like he should know this. Rone knows me. We're good friends off camera. I feel like he should see, and I've talked about it. I feel like he should understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
Well, okay.
If I could take the other side here a little bit.
Let's counterpoint.
Now, and I'm genuinely I'm not trying to fuck you up. What I see from the Beach House, which is not a lot, to be fair, is what I see from you from the Beach House is largely America's Sweetheart. So
right.
I think that's
America's Sweetheart is a bit.
Sure. But is that
and it's your umbrella, it's overarching. So maybe I can't give 20 examples, but I would be if I were to run down everyone's, they're the couple. Dante's the old guy. It'd be Tommy's America's Sweetheart.
So
that's
are those
his
all
bit.
Bits?
No, I'll give it. Well,
good. No.
I was just gonna say, as being
You're
in the
looking
Beach House.
skinny, girl.
Oh, thanks. Oh my God.
Don't look like a dead body.
As somebody in the Beach House and as somebody who knew you before as bits because of whatever, I've thought multiple times, oh, you're really naturally funny and
Well, that's really what the problem here. It's a semantics thing. The word bit is the problem.
Yes.
The word bit at Barstool Sports is a super duper negative. That is a problem.
And I mean,
the buffet of bits guy, Dave doesn't like bits. You get, someone says you're doing a bit. But if I were to say oh, Nate Bargatze has a bit about blah, 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 that's the highest praise. I love that stuff. So it's really what you just said, Tommy. It's jokes. But again, it goes back to the Barstool thing where it's we're, at least the first iteration of Barstool was just give your take. What are your thoughts? What are your opinions? Not think of an angle that is humorous that you're going to play a role or continue to say. It's just, you just talk.
Yeah.
And it's I put some time into crafting this. I would, if I had to sum it up, this overly confident, braggadocious, but goofy guy, whatever,
But that's
you
not
sum
too
that up
far off
from who
me.
you are. Yeah. And that's what's interesting about Barstool I don't think a lot of people realize, minus two of us, like me and Dave and a couple of the original like Jerry Thornton writers, whatever. Almost everybody here has like lived their entire adult life at Barstool.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So it's like, you guys need like a Inception top to spin. Like,
exactly
am I
what
in
Rick
or am
said.
I not? What's that?
That's exactly what Rick said.
Yeah. It's like you're you have a bit or an angle or a persona that is probably like 90% you, but then you trump it up for cameras, and so where does the bit stop and begin and all that stuff?
That's a real existential crisis that I have quite often.
Dude,
but
it's a real thing.
I do feel like for the most part, yeah, I'm a goofy guy, a little bit awkward. I make some jokes. I like to fuck around with people. That's not playing it up for the cameras. That's who I am, whether cameras are going or not.
But I think what you get when getting lost in the sauce, I think it is like you forget how most people are only getting a quick glimpse.
Yeah.
So like I totally believe you. And
or first time viewers, by the way, like people who don't know. You know what I mean? Well, I guess you would actually have to know them to know if it's. Keep going. I'm sorry.
But like I haven't seen much, but just like I consider America's Sweetheart a bit, and I'm sure when you're not doing America's Sweetheart, you're doing tons of stuff. And I also like bits.
I think American Sweetheart is a great bit.
I think it's a great bit.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's like I
like,
made one video calling myself it, and then it picked up some steam. People started calling me America's Sweetheart. So I became America's
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
But
would you be
like,
like one bite is Dave's bit? It's like, no, it's like his
Right.
But
Like
it is his bit.
Totally,
It's 100%.
But it's just like a joke. It's a funny joke.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah,
just like I feel like we just throw out bit as a negative when it's like sometimes things are just jokes and they're for content.
Yes, America's Sweetheart is a good bit. I can see how people could misconstrue that's all Tommy is doing. That's
also,
there's
if I
more
were to-
clips where like I've been talking about like, and it's real. Like I do feel now weird where like I've hooked up with a couple girls down there, and then
Was that real?
yes, and
Okay,
then like
so
the
I
next
thought that was
night,
real.
I'm
I was
like,
watching with somebody who was like, "This is a bit."
Who?
This is a bit, and it was like,
Who were you watching with?
and I was just like, no, I think Tom, but the caption and the title on the screen.
Well, I didn't make those.
Right,
Yeah, it was
right.
like
I
Tommy's
think
getting
that,
too much pussy.
that was like.
that's what I was gonna say too. Is
But I thought you was being real in that moment.
I was. Like,
Did you
it
see
is
the clip?
awkward
I
because
didn't
like,
see the clip, but like
He's sitting alone at the bar, being like, "Girl I hooked up with last weekend's here. Girl I hooked up with like the weekend before is both here, and like I'm feeling a little awkward. I kind of feel bad about it. I don't want like to hurt anybody's feelings." And I was like, "This is very real." But the caption and the words was like, "Tommy Smokes gets too much pussy, feels bad about it." So I was like, "Was that?" But so that I think that's.
that's
I mean,
the
listen,
other thing because that's what I get. Like that.
Yeah,
and I
that's
think
how
you
you're
have to
consuming
factor in. There's a good amount of people like me.
Totally.
Where it's like my consumption of Beach House is more or less captions.
Yeah.
Like I'll scroll by and I'll see, and every Viva caption mentions America's Sweetheart.
Yeah.
So
Right.
like I just assume America's Sweetheart happening all the time.
But I mean, if you were to watch it, and I know, like I know Tommy, so I was like, this seems very real. But if you don't know him that well, or you are just reading the captions or whatever, it could come across as a bit. I don't know. It's actually, I don't think any of this is negative, by the way. I think this is a very just like interesting. This is the content world of like what's
Yeah.
real, what's
and it's a
not. Are you
like
try
reality
hard?
show weird? Like everything's confuddled.
Right.
Yeah. Like, it's confuddled. I always think it's very interesting. Like
Is that a word?
No,
God, no.
That's that, like
For
it
sure
sounds
not.
like it
I
should
can't believe
be.
you asked. I was gonna let it slide.
like it means exactly what you are trying to say, but it's not a word.
No, you
It
kind of
should be.
I kinda just
Shakespeare
made a
it.
new
Would
word.
you say made a Jimmy for it?
Yeah, and then you copy it. We had a random rack of ribs. One of our biggest clips, by the way, where it was
the
like a
ghost
random
ribs?
rack of ribs, and me and Jack were like investigating, like where the fuck did a random like freshly sauced rack of ribs get on our deck? It was like 9 a.m. and I was like, whoever did it, like they ate it and then they made a Jimmy for it. Like I meant to say Jiffy and I messed it up, and then like 30 seconds later Jackie goes, yeah, like they made a Jimmy for it. And I was like, Jackie, I think I made that up by mistake and you copied it back with confidence.
It's like watching Picasso paint.
They
But I
confuddled the Jimmy.
I think that you're right about making a Jimmy. It's not Jiffy. There is something that we're not getting, but it's.
I don't think you're using
Making
either
a
of those
Jimmy.
words right.
Yeah, he left
Like
it in
you're
Jiffy.
out it. Like wait,
Left it in
You
Jiffy.
left it in
Le-
Jiffy.
okay,
that's
left in
right.
Jiffy, yeah.
But you made a Jimmy for it. I think you might be spot on.
There might be something there.
I don't know.
I've never heard the Jimmy, but
It
certainly.
fits. Confuddled.
I'm confuddled
He was
by the Jimmy.
confuddled, then he made a Jimmy. It was like watching Picasso.
I also think that the bits thing, like before Beach House, is not to be confused with you make just some of like the best curated content that like it's like premeditated or.
Yeah, no,
you know what I
like,
mean?
like Tommy, like
the bit
this
is
is
just
where
like-
like when people say try hard, there's a fine line between like being a try hard and trying hard. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like I think you put some thought into Tommy's 2 cents and Tommy's thoughts and some of these like Seinfeldian type, observational humor. Like you're thinking about it and then you do it. I guess by definition, that's a bit. And to like 99% of the world, that's okay. And this one little bubble saying that it's a bit is like, a kill shot. It's like assassinating your character.
But no, I think that you're one of the best hangs in the house, and you are not.
All right, enough.
Yeah.
He's a big guy. He's a big guy. You know what? I mean, really, just like anything else, sports, whatever else, like just win. If your bit's funny, you're good. If your bit stinks, you're a bit guy.
But like even something where it's like, so like Annika walks out and I'm like, oh, you're serving cunt, you're leaving no crumbs. Like, okay, is that a bit? Like that's a joke. Like when I think I said the same thing to Rhea in the Hamptons like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
but you
Like,
know what?
that's
I
just
think
like-
that's where I think jokes become bits when they are repetitive. Like
I guess,
that's
but
how
it's just like I just
any
think
girl
that's
could
funny.
walk in
I
and
just
you would
like-
say that.
I just like to do like that's funny.
Yeah.
To me, like I just like to do that. I don't
Right.
know. It's not a bit. That's
But
just
I-
something
but I
would
would
do
say, like,
whether
so-
the cameras are on or not.
So like if Annika walked in and John said you're serving cunt, you left no crumbs. I think I would be like, whoa, like that's clearly a joke, and like, whoa. If you said that, I'd be like, that's what Tommy would say to a hot girl walks in the door.
Like, that's out of character.
Yeah, for you,
Right.
but it's in character
It's
or
in-
just in
person.
line with
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's when you like live basically your whole adult life on camera. A lot of these things are going to bleed together. Where it's like I do that for comedic effect, and I want you to laugh, but also like if there are no cameras on and whatever,
Right,
that's
I'm
who
gonna
I
do the same thing.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean I don't know where
Actually,
who
though,
I am.
would you pre-Barstool, if a hot chick walked in like a dorm room at Fordham, would you have been like, "Girl, you're serving cunt, you left no crumbs"?
I don't know if that was a phrase back then.
Yeah, but like, would you behave that way with a like?
yeah,
you know,
like my true friends
Back in the
yeah.
Pussy Posse days?
I would always like. I think. I mean, maybe not that exactly.
Your issue
but
is almost
similar.
like that. Now that falls into the America's Sweetheart category, which falls into bit category because it's like, oh, you ate, left no crumbs. Now that's you're being nice to the
So,
girls.
but like, what
Now
should I
you're
say?
being-
Should I not say anything? Like, is
Maybe you
that
should
better?
just like,
No,
be
again,
a-
this
I
is
don't think
none of this is like I'm assuming.
I'm not,
Rone,
and I'm not saying that to you. I'm saying that to my hypothetical.
You're in
haters.
advocate
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
room.
I think Rone was probably saying it with a negative connotation. I haven't seen it, but I'm sure he was implying that, and like that was part of his show. But I don't think any of this is like. I think it's just an interesting discussion on the content world, I think if you were like an insufferable, annoying, not funny asshole, constant like the buffet of bits guy was like, this sucks, But if you're good at it, then it's
That
just
poor
like
guy's still getting ricocheted 7 years later.
that was bad. That was bad. Also, you got to know like you can't like announce your like I don't know. You have to like get some not credibility, but some like goodwill with the people a little bit. You know what I mean? Like you've earned enough slack to like do some of your bits.
Yeah.
Like that. If somebody just walks in, I don't know you at all, and you're clearly like, at least hyping up your persona or whatever. I don't know. It's off-putting. But when it's like this is just a tried and true track record for Tommy, it's just how he does his content.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's the like. I mean, I feel like it's kind of a running joke, especially if anybody is in a relationship at Barstool. It's always sort of like, that's not the real me, baby. Like, that's just like, I'm doing that for the camera. But there is like some truth to like, I don't really think all those things, but I'm not fully lying. It's, that back and forth.
It's
like,
very much a gray world we live in.
yeah.
That's why we're all depressed.
That's why none of us have a true sense of self.
Yeah, there it is.
And we don't know how to behave in a real world.
None of our compasses point due north.
Bro, my compass is like going every which way. I guess big congratulations to you for the wedding, Taylor.
Oh.
I mean, we had we had a real Greer wedding, we had a fake Jackie wedding, and now we're gonna have a Taylor Swift wedding.
Taylor Swift wedding. It's exciting.
Was that you running to find Keeks?
Yeah, dude, we were sitting there.
I heard the shoes clopping, and I was like, "Those are hard shoes." And then I noticed like it was your Twitter video. You weren't like quote tweeting someone. It was like, "That's a Feitelberg original." I was like, "I think
get
that's
him
Feits."
on Beach House Production.
Yeah,
He's so quick with
I
it.
was
Yeah.
thinking like
Wait,
that was like
no.
a Meek performance.
You guys are completely wrong. I said actually after this video because we were sitting there. It was definitely me, Nate, and Keegs. Robbie Fox might have been there too, but Keegs popped up. She's like,
Yeah.
Oh my god! And then she like kind of just started walking away. And I think Nate joked like, "Is Tree Payne calling you?" But I don't know. If it was just me, I probably wouldn't have thought much of it.
Yeah.
And I would have just stayed sitting there. And Nate was like, someone should film this. So I got up and started running. And you can hear, obviously, footsteps. I ran 4 desk lengths. I did not.
Oh, that was your breath?
That was my
I thought
breath.
it was Kelly.
No, that's me going.
Bro, I'll tell you right now, if there was an iPhone that was like double the price, but it had some sort of breath like suppressant, because if I'm ever like just walking and making a video, I'm like
I called my mom yesterday walking home. I didn't have headphones with me. And I was walking for like 3 blocks with my hand like this.
I lose my. It goes too fast.
It wasn't even breath. It was. I was like, I gotta call you back. My arm is tired.
Literally can't walk and talk.
I was like, I'm gassed right now. I'll call you when I get to the apartment and get my headphones back.
I've always thought that there should be some kind of like AI where if you're at a concert and you're filming and then you can hear your singing in the background, it takes out your singing in the background because there's no bigger like.
Oh, that was still the. I still think we should do that. That could be our carpool karaoke one day. When you got to do if you lose a bet, you got to do the sing a concert with a hot mic. And you got to sing like when it leaves like this is what their live mic sounded like.
Yeah, so just the isolated audio. Oh,
ain't no lie, baby.
It is crazy how if you sing along with a song, at least I am like, I think I sound okay, you know. And then if that's not there, it's like, oh my
they could
God.
fucking kill Nick Lachey tomorrow at 98 degrees, be just fine.
Have you seen them recently, by the way?
No,
Bro. I mean, hats off to Nick Lachey and the boys for still doing it. And they are like 50, but they look every bit of it. Like, because they're still trying to do kind of like boy band dance routines, but it's almost turning more into like the four seasons, four tops. You know what I mean? Like, they're like almost like a doo-wop group, like spinning and like replacing each other and stuff. And it's like, oh man,
Nick Lachey's Frankie Valli with a 98 degrees tattoo.
Yeah, exactly like that. Exactly. The rivalries, the marching bands, the upsets. Saturdays are for the boys. Saturdays are for college football. Saturdays are back, baby. College football is here. Even as not a huge college football guy, every summer into fall, I get like a wave of like, I'm gonna wake up early morning, put on the pregame, order some wings. Maybe I'll be out. Either way, though, it's like college football season. And even me, I am like, I don't have a connection here. But if I get the juices flowing, I can't even imagine what it's like for like a diehard college football fan.
I actually, what I was saying the other day, I watch more college football than I watch NFL football.
Really?
I don't pay attention to more.
It's on.
It's just on more on Saturdays.
Yeah.
But like NFL football, I'm watching more. But like my
Million
TV's on
games.
college football basically all day Saturday. Because like you wake up pre-games on 10. Games
and
start
it goes
noon.
through the West Coast games, and there's so many of them, so many highlights, all that. And DraftKings is here to make the experience that much better, from live betting during the game to rivalry week odds boosts, so much more. They make the entire experience that much more exciting and enjoyable, especially if you can win some of that money. So whether you're betting on your go-to team or you're making moves mid-game, you got a tip from a buddy, you got to know some people on campus, momentum shifting, all the live betting, all the prop betting, all the different lines, everything available at the DraftKings Sportsbook. So something new for our customers right now. You bet $5 and you get $300 in bonus bets instantly. So download DraftKings Sportsbook app and use promo code KFC at checkout. Put up a $5 bet, get $300 in bonus bets. I feel like in the past it used to be $200, so they're bumping it up to $300. And all you got to do is put up that Finsky. So $5 with promo code KFC for $300 in bonus bets in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
The Taylor Swift thing, that's another thing I was a little bit fired up about.
Oh, yeah?
The people who go out of their way to be like, I don't fucking care about this, they're bigger losers than like
Absolutely.
the biggest Swifties in the world.
Like, that is the who cares, or that anything of that ilk is like my number one most hated critique on the internet. Because first of all, if we've learned anything, the internet is big enough and the world is big enough that there's somebody who cares about everything.
Yeah.
And this is like, so many fucking people care for a reason, and like what? And then
What bothers me is the cowardice of it. Take ownership. Say I don't care.
Yes.
You don't care.
You're
fine.
just
I don't,
assuming.
Yeah, there's plenty of
Yeah.
people that genuinely don't care. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
But like I saw a video, I think Kelly quote retweeted of like this office somewhere, and everyone was like, Who?
Saw that.
Like, what
Yeah,
do you
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I don't like. You guys are pathetic.
Yeah.
Like it's undeniably a huge, like the biggest pop star in the world got married to one of the biggest NFL players in the world. I'm not saying you got to fucking cry and throw a parade, but like to pretend like this is fucking stupid. Anyone cares?
It clearly does bother them. Like it affects them more than like it affects the Kellys and the Gias the most, you know. And then there's like regular people, and then like those guys I think are more affected than the average person because clearly it's affecting you to the point that you feel the need to perform or lie and say you don't know or don't care.
It's like politics where it's like, where's the middle ground? That's what I'm looking for with the Taylor Swift. We're the people that are like, oh, that's nice, and like that's it. Like they're just like, that was nice. That's cool. I like the Instagram post.
Well, that video, the video you're specifically referring to that Keys quote tweeted, I watched it and I kind of thought that's what they were doing. I thought I thought the caption was misleading. Not Keys is the main caption, and then I watched it, and there were, let's say they asked 10 people, 3 of them were like, "Why the fuck would I give a shit?" Yeah. But like 7 of them were like, "Oh, that's cool." That's a totally normal and fair reaction.
No, it wasn't everybody in the video, but there were some people who were like, "Who?"
I was more I saw people quote tweeting it, being like, "This is the place I could work at."
Those
are the people who are annoying.
This is what I mean. No one actually watched the video. If you watch the video, 70% of them have a completely normal reaction.
I also think
nice,
that
good for them.
I don't know what that job was, but it led me to believe they were not like Taylor Swift people. And you know what I mean? If you went to like a office in San Francisco where everyone's doing like coding or something, I could see some people being like, I don't even know who Taylor Swift is because they're fucking aliens, you know? But everyone else in America should at least just be like, oh, okay, like that's news.
Yeah, I've certainly heard of them. Good for them.
Yeah, right.
And like for the fact, like, you know, Taylor Swift's and like most of her music is about like guys and breakups and stuff. It's like now she found the guy she's gonna marry. Like, that's a big story.
Right. Yeah, that to me, that just drives me. And also, like the people who complain about Taylor Swift emotion will like legitimately cry over sports. I just can't get past that. It's like if you watch me in the gambling cave when the Mets are in the playoffs, there could not be a more sassy, dramatic bitch in the whole world than me. maybe to my left, Frank the Tank. You know what I mean? Like we are crying, screaming, fighting. You know, like heart rate through the roof, day, week ruined, or life made.
No, it's different. It's different. I care about these people, so it's different.
Yeah. It is slightly different where like sports have like concrete results.
No, it's really not different.
But like there's a clear result in a sport. My team won, my team lost. Like Taylor Swift getting engaged is a huge like victory, I guess. But I think in general with celebrities, like,
but we made a huge deal when Tom Brady got engaged. Like that's
people get obsessed with wives and girlfriends. They get obsessed with any sort of like off the field shit. Sports gives you a little bit of a outcome where it's like, you know, not just a song, which is subjective. There's a right or wrong. There's a win or lose sort of thing. But the emotion that and the investment that we have for like random people, you know, like the biggest critique is always like, you don't know that person. Like, why does that affect you so much? Like, you don't know Tom Brady. I mean, I guess that's something you guys actually do now, but you know what I mean? Like, you don't know him. Why are you so excited or whatever? It's like, these are all just made up. All of this is parasocial shit. He does things
that make me feel excited. I don't
The worst comment is the one that's, how does this affect your life at all? It's like, you're only excited about things that directly affect your life. Like, that's fucking weird, dude.
Nothing affects my life.
Literally. There's like 3 things that affect my life.
Water, air. Those are like the only things
that literally nothing affects my life. And I don't mean that me specifically. I mean, like, most people can say that. Literally nothing affects your life.
Yeah. Well,
like, nothing in the news.
No, they can't admit it. Most people, but you're right. Yeah. I mean, if you say we about a sports team, you're about as kooky and parasocial weirdo as Taylor Swift fans are. You know? It's like, you think you're a part of the fucking team?
And or
the people call radio, like they owe them, like these athletes owe me or something, you know? It's like, that's crazy.
I pay their paycheck. It's the funniest thing.
You pay? What?
When people say that shit about athletes or about cops, because like, I pay your salaries. Mm-hmm. You paid $5 fucking bucks. Shut up. To pretend you own a person over this is fucking deranged.
I think all of that is as crazy as
it's like
Kelly
Barstool
crying.
fans like calling to action to Dave, be like, fire this person. Like, how does that affect your life?
Well, that is also what's funny about Barstool is like the you know, a diehard Barstool fan will probably be the biggest like Taylor Swift hater, and they are the most gossipy, salacious, you know, with Barstool. It's like, I mean, who are they dating, or what's going on, or who's fighting, who likes who, all that shit. It's like, you're just doing it for it's boy gossip.
I genuinely believe, like, I can't imagine that there's a more gossipy place than this.
No, if there is, like, it's the seventh circle of hell.
Like, genuinely speaking, like, right, because we're very open about it. It's a big company. I don't think there's anywhere that gossips like we gossip.
Are you saying as
I'm talking
employees or the fans?
Employees, fans, like, is there
the whole entity?
Is there another entity, organization
no,
like
but
this?
I think
where
that's
Bravo,
why it is
like
so.
Bravo.
I was just gonna say
Yeah.
Bravo. Like
But
the Bravo
TMZ.
universe might be, but that's
so
about
we're
it.
Bravo for guys.
Yeah, which is always kind of
But
what
I think that's why
like
it's
said.
so successful. Is like
Yeah.
while like it might be annoying to be like, well, this person wants me fired. What the fuck? Come on, go do your job. But like the reason Barstool is so successful is that people do
that
care
passion.
at that level.
Yeah.
So it is a double-edged.
It's like sports. It's like
Yeah.
when you tell an athlete, like, hey, I know these fans are terrible, but it's because they like love you, and if you ever win, you'll be the god. And right now you're the GOAT or the loser. So I mean, yeah, I think it's always been Kardashian for guys, Bravo for guys, however you want to describe that.
We said that when I said it. I kind of was like, I
don't know about
heard
Bravo,
that
but
before.
I mean, I've definitely made the comparison of like because the Kardashians also kind of represent that who cares thing, and it's like
When I heard it, I had like a little, was it deja vu?
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard that before.
Yeah. yeah, I mean, it's boy gossip. I've been talking through. What do you think of boy gossip? You had to run out. I think it's great, but I'm worried that if like I was like legitimately considering like making it the name, putting in the caption, making an account, whatever it is. But I feel like there are still like a bunch of insecure guys who would be like, I don't follow boy gossip.
I mean, I think it's a funny name. But like, are those people?
My market
I feel
anyway.
like those people like who are like, I'm not gonna like. Then they're not in it already. You know what
Probably, yeah. I'm just wondering if like you were to come across something for the first time, and it's just me or 1 Minute Man, whatever. And it's a topic you're like mildly interested in, you would watch it. But if it says like boy gossip or that's the name of the account, I think there still, unfortunately, would be enough of a
I get
group
what
of
you're
guys
saying.
being like, I don't watch that.
It
I don't
would.
know, we might need a focus group.
It would.
I honestly kind of
Yeah.
do need a focus group.
I mean,
like-
that would not affect me, but obviously
right.
it's
But
different
we're
people.
also like the people who don't care about that, and we're a little bit gay.
It would affect me the first time. It depends how much. Like it would have to keep feeding it to me.
Yeah.
Eventually, it would get me.
Right.
But like I wouldn't follow it the first time.
Right.
But I wouldn't follow. I'm very unique. Where like there's nothing I would really follow the first time.
Right. I always try to think of like, and this is you can't really focus on like the extremes, but like, would Billy McCusker follow boy gossip? Probably not. He probably wouldn't follow a 1 Minute Man either. So like, but there are, I have looking at my audience, there are people sometimes who will.
But actually, sorry to interrupt you because I'm thinking more through it. I think it would make me more inclined to follow it the second time.
Because it's like,
I think the first time I'd go, boy gossip, what the fuck is that? And the second time I go, oh, I like it again.
yeah, you're learning something. You're looking in the mirror at that point. Yeah, but I really think like we are way more secure or whatever you want to call it with that stuff. The fact that like actually impacts people is crazy, but I think it does.
Yeah.
But it is
There's
almost like a form of fighting bullying, where it's like if you're making the joke yourself, they can't even say it.
Papa Doc 'em.
Because
But
like
Be rabbit 'em.
now they might be like, oh, this is just boy gossip. But if
Yeah,
you're
bitch.
like, this is boy gossip, they're like, oh, well, now what can I say?
Right.
It's also like how the internet makes you feel like everyone's watching you at all times. Because like my hesitancy to follow it would be people will go through my following and see I follow it.
This is what I mean.
They don't.
I know,
that.
but
no one has ever
people
done that,
will
but
think
you
that
think
way.
that,
and
yeah.
other people will think that way, and
just being online is like being in the high school cafeteria looking for your table, where you're like, everyone is staring at me. I could look like a loser. Where are my friends? No one is looking at you. Just
no
fucking
one.
follow what you want to follow.
And also, when people are on the internet, you're like when you're with your friends, you act one way. When you're with your family, you act another way. When and then you get on the internet, and like all of those people are looking at you at once. Yeah. And I feel like at least some people are trying to like, I don't want my parents to see that, but I got to be funny for my friends. There's no way you can make like one thing for everybody.
Right.
So you got to just like
That's a great
pick what
point.
you're.
But I would say
into
like
and-
your videos aren't just about men. Like,
No,
you're more like a boy doing gossip.
Right. Well,
Right.
that's I view it as like gossip that boys, men. It's also weird to say boys would also like.
Unfortunately, it hits a lot harder than men.
Yeah, man gossip's not gonna do it.
Yeah, man gossip is like a fucking those retreats.
Yeah, right. The Navy SEAL
Yeah,
like
crying.
Yeah.
Wait, would you like rebrand 1 Minute Man so it's just like
That's kind of I'm debating like everything from just putting a hashtag at the end to changing the name entirely or something in between where I don't need to do any of this, but like it's been like 1 Minute Man in the beginning used to have like a title card and an end card, and then I just stopped doing that because it was a waste of time, and I think it was kind of understood. I think most people just probably watch my videos being like, that's a KFC video, but for the sake of sales and putting it in like putting a nice little bow on it. You know,
Yeah.
people are like, what is this? And you say, it's boy gossip. It's stuff that like it's gossipy, but it's topics and said in a way that guys would relate to. Like, boom,
It's talk about it. It's very succinct. Like it's just like. It's an issue we've run into our entire careers where it's like, what's KFC Radio? It's like
It's a good elevator pitch.
What's Barstool Sports? Like, it's what you and your friends sit around talking about at a bar. Like, once you finally get like that thing, then you're like, it's actually I was talking about it on Chicklets the other night because it's the same thing with Mascots where it was like, we knew it was a show when Pav said it's Entourage, but with Vince didn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
We were like,
got
okay,
it. That's
we
a good
got
pitch,
it.
yeah.
And like Boy Gossip was like, there it is. Okay, it's easy to
But
understand.
the mere fact, I think Lemaire when he said it was like, no, I like them. It's a good thing.
Yeah,
the fact that
yeah.
he even had to do that,
Yeah.
like, no, I'm not. It's not an insult. It's like, well, that's kind of the point.
I also alternatively think that 1 Minute Man, it kind of tells you in it like, hey, we're getting 1 minute.
Yeah,
of,
there is some value
My
in
friend
that, too.
literally yesterday was telling me about his TikTok account that he just made, and he was like, basically, I like break down these topics in 1 minute, and then he kept going.
And I'm a
He's
man.
like, I think I'm like, he's like, I think I'm like really onto something. Like, I don't think that anyone's doing this, and I like went along with it. And then he said it the third time. I go, hey, just so you know,
I edit those videos.
Basically, one of the creators of that.
so much.
But also, that concept is I didn't like invent that. It's just like talk about things in a quick.
You did invent that
did,
concept.
yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe I like did it first, but I'm just saying like the idea of like here's the news quickly. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't think anyone can say they own that.
Right,
I think
right.
that like the branding and titling thing matters less now than it ever did.
Totally.
Like,
Well,
especially
but
like
I think to the audience, with people, but I think to sales and shit like that.
I know, but that's like
brands, yada
they
yada.
should realize like the audience right now. I think it's almost a deterrent. Like if you're scrolling through TikTok and it's like, oh, this is an episode.
Welcome
of
to my
something,
show.
It's more
Yeah.
just like even with like I would do Tommy's Thursday Thoughts. Now I still make TikToks that are. But I just
thoughts.
don't call it that.
I
It's
agree.
like fucking
Yeah.
make a video. I think that's easier to digest for the audience. Where it's like, I feel like TikToks always do better when, like, this is like very specific, but I think when people are walking and talking in a TikTok, I'm more likely to watch it. Like it's more like, oh, this guy's just getting his thoughts out while he's in the middle of doing something else. When you like sit down and it's like more edited, it's like, well, this guy, it's like the trial. Oh, this guy tried to make a video.
And it feels like they're trying to like sell you, like you're trying to like win me as a
right.
customer or something like that, as opposed to like you're just making content.
Isn't
Yeah.
that why girls do like their makeup and stuff?
Exactly.
I was
Like
gonna
there's
say,
no
like-
guy equivalent, unfortunately, to like a get ready with me. But if there was, I would do that. Now.
Maybe that's what I'll do with boy gossip.
I was
What
gonna
do we do that's like makeup?
Put a hoodie on.
No, but just
I
like
feel
I mean
it's
like a ritual
how
that we
guys
do.
play golf to hang out, to like talk. I don't know.
Girls do makeup to talk.
No, I just meant like trying to find something to do to being able to excuse gossiping
Yeah.
with your boys is golf, kind of for guys.
Gossiping with boys golf. Wait, hang
No,
on.
do you,
No, but like
sorry,
what's-
I'm just
but,
trying to think of like
your makeup is like you're kind of like not every day, but like if you're going out or whatever.
yeah, you could do
Like what's a daily or a
Shaving?
regular ritual? Yeah, it would be like the equivalent of like as I
don't think
shave.
there
I
is
was talking about, but I don't really I don't think that's
You
it. But
do.
like that would be the idea, maybe.
if you're Dante, you can do
I-
painting
I'll-
your nails.
I'll say
Shaving
this.
thoughts, like I just sit there and
I
As I
very
explained.
vaguely remember, not very vaguely, very vividly remember this. Like a girlfriend when I was young, and I was shaving, and she was in the bathroom watching me shave.
what were you shaving?
I was just shaving my face.
Okay.
But I was shaving my face because she didn't like the stubble on her pussy. But
There it is. I knew there was something about this that was
Something
scandalous.
you
You
were
were
hiding.
you were pausing too much.
It was like one of those. I was like, I don't know if I should explain why I'm shaving my face. It does make the story funnier, but it was a little weird. But whatever. But she was like,
Now you're doing a bit.
I was young and I didn't it's like my beard was still growing in, so it comes in like so sharp and hard and whatever.
Yeah.
So whatever, I was just shaving my face and she was watching me, and she was like, "This is the hottest
hot,
thing I've
yeah.
ever seen." So if you become a shaved face guy and you're shaving it, I think women might like that. I've only had one woman ever watch me shave and she thought it was incredible.
Would you like if a guy was shaving? Like if I was like lathering up and like as I'm talking, just like a little ASMR.
I can see that kind of being like oddly satisfying.
Yeah,
I
and-
watch a lot of shaving videos
Really?
on YouTube. Not while
Yeah.
other people are talking, but I'll watch like hot shave. Like,
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
It's a
I
big
didn't
Because
know that
it
was
is,
a
it
thing.
is like an
It's a
because
big form of
they use like the
ASMR.
straight razor and it's like and they
you do
know.
like 3 1 minute mans a day. So
I know.
I
The
don't
problem
think
is
it's- I don't think
I
that's
hate
it.
shaving, and I mean my face would be raw. Or maybe I'll just put on like lotion, shaving cream, and just like use like the back of the razor. or something.
Here's my other concern is like, okay, if you rebrand a boy gossip and it's like for boys, and then there's something weird about you like shaving for the boy. I don't know. There's-
But maybe I didn't even think of the For the Boys tie-in. It's like gossip
the
for the
boys.
boys. Like maybe it all comes full circle. There's something there. I just don't know if it's all the way. But the shaving thing or whatever it is, I really do feel like right now a big part of successful content is like I mean, this has always been the case, but I feel like right now some sort of hook really does go a long way.
Yeah.
Even like Nate with the whiteboard, or if you have like a physical prop or some way that you convey the message. Or there's this guy right now, I can't remember his name. I know his first name's John. I don't remember his @ but he does explaining the Juan Soto contract to my girlfriend in terms that she can relate, you know? She'll be like, so like he's like presenting like girl gossip.
Yeah,
you know, there's this guy and this one girl loved him, but he went to the other girl because she has money, whatever it is, you know? And so that's like his hook now. So I think I'm always like wary of that because of the bits thing, you know?
Yeah.
But when you find one that hits where it's like, oh, that's the guy who talks while he shaves, like you're getting sponsored by Gillette and everyone's watching it and, you know, all those things. So it's a fine line between doing it natural, like you said, and having that thing, you know.
There used to be like an app that, well, it just reminded me because you were saying like boy gossip versus 1 Minute Man, what would work. I don't know what happened to that, but it was brilliant. But it was, you could like vote, you could post like 2 to 4 photos or something, and then everyone votes, and like everyone just loves to give their opinion.
What you're supposed to wear, you mean?
No, it's
like
not even
vote
what
on.
you're supposed to wear. It's on anything. It's like, do you like dogs or cats more? It's like, do you like,
Wishbone.
I mean, I think it might have been
That's-
Wishbone.
yeah.
And
We used to do that with women. Remember Smoke Smash? Yeah. Just like, which one of these girls is hotter? And there would be like a 90% winner, and I always felt really bad for the other girl.
That's nuts. But yeah, but like then it was like your For You page was just voting on certain stuff, and then you would be able to like do would you click on this video or this video more, boy gossip or 1 Minute Man? It was a brilliant app. I don't know what happened to it.
I'll check that out.
And that's I don't have it.
That's your
I don't
TED
know what
Talk.
you guys should do with that information.
Do you remember those Smoke Smash days? That was crazy.
That was. I actually was just talking about this the other day. We were talking about just how like it's different in the office now. I forget who was saying it. Someone was saying like when there were younger people before who had to deal with Dave, they at least like could see Dave talk to us.
Yeah.
So they could see how Dave
How he
acts,
acts, yeah.
and then have like some kind of gauge. And we were just talking about like interns now, and they have no idea what Dave is like.
Mm-mm.
No one has any clue.
Mm-mm.
And I was like, well, the first time I ever interacted with Dave, I had a similar thing. I don't know if it was the first time ever interacting with him, but it was like I was doing Smoke Smash, and
Which, if you don't know, it was like what was Zuckerberg's one called? Something Smash, right? Face Smash.
Face
Hot or
Smash.
not? Or no?
But I think Smoke Smash was a playoff
I
of
think it was
Face Smash,
Face
so it
Smash.
might have evolved.
Yeah.
But it was just like Facebook did it first, where you could like vote on people, and
no,
then
it was Zuckerberg did it before
Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Zuckerberg did it first, and then we took all of our local smoke shows, put it into like our tech, and it was Smoke Smash, and you just voted on which girl was hotter. Keep going.
And then my job at the time, because I was an intern, I was living in New York. My job at the time, or at least one of the dumb shit things I did, was to put the photos into Smoke Smash.
Yeah.
As you can imagine, cropping photos threw me for a loop. I couldn't.
We also used to have the worst cropping technology in the world.
like like the technology. It was like some back end website. I forget what it was.
Yeah.
It was
It's like all I want to do is like focus on her face, and we like couldn't do it.
and it would just be black and it was like, and I was
blank
like,
space or whatever.
I
Yeah.
couldn't get it done. Like I was really failing at this, and it was my first email ever from Dave. As I was an intern, I wasn't like an employee, and it was Barstool U was getting started, and the email Dave sent was something along the lines of like just a subject. No
I was gonna
body.
say, and the whole thing was in the subject by berating you.
It was like you're gonna be the first idiot to get fired before you get to job, before you ever get to job, or something like that. And all I knew of Dave was the funny guy on the internet.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, oh, he's busting my balls. He's giving me a hard time.
Classic Dave.
So I had an email replied, ha. No, sorry, I'm doing what I can. I think I'll figure it out soon. And I had it typed out, and I was just staring at it, and I was like, I probably shouldn't say
instincts, man. Instincts. Good job.
Like I thought he was just the fun guy because I don't know.
My
like,
toes are curled up at the thought of you.
That's one of
sending
those.
that.
If
but
you're,
no, I didn't send it. That was so.
No, I know. I've thought of it.
I
if
stared
you're
at it,
an
I was like,
intern in that situation, I like
You
good
wouldn't be here
advice.
today.
I would not be.
No,
here today.
you would not.
No.
The good advice though is like, what's the upside on sending out an email? Like nothing.
Right.
And the downside is like, what if I've misread this? That's a good, like, story for people to hear, like to understand how you should proceed. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's not gonna write back being like, oh, that email where you said ha 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 is fucking funny, man.
Yeah.
But he could write back,
Dave
I was being
hits you with
serious, you
an
dumb asshole.
ROFLOL. Just playing. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, that's
honestly, at the time, I thought that was what it was. It was just, my understanding of Barstool as someone who didn't work at Barstool was completely misconstrued.
well. That's I think fans at least thought that initially too. Like,
Yeah.
I think when they found out that we weren't all like goofing around together and just like sitting around drinking and all that, it was like, no, it's a pretty like business first,
Yeah.
shop. I don't think people.
And your boss
thought
does
that.
not like talking to you. So
Dude,
keep that in mind.
Now I think we're like skewed the other direction, Like I've been talking to Una about the internship and the job and talking to Dave, and I'm like, I wouldn't like say this or that, but maybe they should, because I think we're the broken ones.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Maybe people should just talk to him like a normal
I
person.
had like a mini mental breakdown talking to Jackie and Caroline yesterday, and like they both said something that was so interesting. They were like, everyone gets hired at a different Barstool. Like I got hired at this Barstool.
Yeah.
Ken got hired at this Barstool. It's like everyone sees Barstool how it was when they first got hired. So all the advice I get from people is like so vastly different, because like every year
could be very
it's so
antiquated,
different.
could be totally
It's a
different.
Great point.
Yeah.
I've heard it said about doctors before that people get nervous when they have a young doctor, and whereas it should be the complete opposite. Like,
Yeah, because he's like the
They got the
newest,
best medicine.
smartest,
they
up
have
on the
most
trends,
up-to-date
whatever it
knowledge,
is. Yeah,
and all that stuff. And Barstool's the same way. Like, go talk to a young doctor. Don't talk to me.
Right.
I
can tell you
my
about
ideas of how this
blogging.
gets fixed is not right.
Yeah,
anymore.
right.
I'd say
right.
rub a stick of butter on it. You know what I mean?
Well, remember when Sydney Wells was like, "I'll just FaceTime Dave"?
Yes. Yeah.
That's like to me like the ultimate story. Like, I'll just call Dave on a video. It's like, I haven't talked to Dave in 5 years. Anyway, you were. Oh, before we move on from the Smoke Smash stuff, have you seen the Howard Stern Butterface clip that's been resurfaced?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I actually have. With that hot chick.
I know.
Was making fun
She
of
was
her
like
being
this
ugly.
exotic, like
Yeah, she's
light hair,
gorgeous.
dark
I'd marry that
eyes,
woman
hazel
right
eyes.
now.
Yeah.
She looks like Amaya. Does she
Yes.
not?
Yeah.
She
She
was like
does.
who?
Amaya, a girl from Love Island.
Oh, I was gonna say she became Zoe Kravitz, so it had a good end of story.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah. No, I thought you meant Zoe Deschanel. I was like, no, she didn't. But yeah, like that girl was like an exotic, hot chick, but they just pull that bag off her head, and she clearly like had thick enough skin to go on the show. But when it started, you could tell she was like hurt and upset, and they were just laughing at her, and I was like,
And then think about that time, and people were yelling like. People were yelling at feminists at that time, being like, "It's fine. The fuck are you bitches whining about? Fucking
the number one
pussies.
source of entertainment in the world.
Everyone's equal. Shut the fuck up." Like women are getting bags taken off their heads and called disgusting on the biggest show in the world.
Butterface is a great term.
I mean,
Whoever with that,
it's
mean.
the same guy who came up with Picasso painting. I don't know.
Yeah, it's mean.
Like,
Like God, it flows.
The first
it
time
makes sense.
I don't remember who it was, but the first time I like heard someone be like, "But her face," and I was like,
Yeah.
"That's one of the
I remember being in elementary school, I heard a Cincinnati Bengal, which does not make sense to this day. Still pisses me off.
great helmet, bad."
No, it was the opposite. It was cool uniform, bad helmet. And I was like, that's not true at all.
Yeah, wait. I've always heard that as like you're also a Cleveland Brown, right? Like because your helmet's just like
And they also-
plain and
I
brown.
guess I-
and they, you know.
I guess I can see it with a brown. Bengals, I was like, Bengals got cool ass
Yeah,
helmet.
they have like the tiger stripes,
the
right?
Tiger stripes.
Yeah, it's almost the opposite. It's a pretty girl who has like no ass and no tits or something.
You brought up a great point that single as a Pringles famously come in packs.
Big pack.
Yeah, big things.
Single. I think that's just because it rhymes.
Once you pop, you can't stop.
I mean, if I'm gonna try to break it down, though, I would say Pringles are one of the only chips where you typically eat one by one.
No.
That's not bad.
But it is individually
each-
stacked. It's not like there's just a bag of
Yeah.
them.
But like most chips, you take a handful of chips,
You
you eat
can-
it. Pringles, you take one Pringle and eat it.
I
for
also
the
just
most
think
part.
it rhymes
I actually,
with single guys.
Yeah.
I think the rhyming is a big part of it.
because I feel like the whole, like you famously do like two, you do the duck.
Yeah.
I don't know if like if
Not
I was
like-
to think
you
of
do that
one
like one-
single
like-
chip, I would.
Once.
It's a conundrum. I'm confuddled.
I think the main thing is it rhymes. But if I'm trying to break it down,
Yeah.
that would be maybe my
Individually
my
stacked,
thought.
yeah.
I also don't even think that was really on track with what everyone else was saying. Now that I'm thinking back on it, so just ignore. Just ignore.
So you went from like being the smoke smash failed cropper guy to just a full blown television star, John. Oh my god. The numbers on episode 2 are astronomical.
Really?
They are so fucking good. Bro, remember when I was telling you last week, 10% click-through rate is like
Yeah.
a big deal? It's 20. You doubled it.
What does
Really?
that mean? What does that mean?
It means like if somebody sees your thumbnail, your link, they are clicking on it. So 20% of people that see
that almost
your
seems impossible. We're tweeting it so much.
well, no. Within like YouTube.
Oh,
Within
I
YouTube.
See. I see. Okay.
So, and that's the other good thing.
I was thinking that. See, this is the problem with analytics and shit like that. I was posting an Instagram story last night, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't post this because it's gonna fuck up the.
If nobody clicks it. No, so okay. There's a bunch of things. They're all good, by the way. Like when you look at, I'll start with. So the click-through rate is like if you're on YouTube, suggested video, your homepage, whatever it may be, you see like the Mascots thumbnail link. And by the way, I'm not like a total expert on all this stuff. This is just my understanding of it. So maybe the nerds out there will correct me if I'm wrong, but. If you get like 10%, like people are like excited. Like this is a hit. Like we got an ID on our hands. We got to like go, you know?
Uh-huh.
20 is fucking, I don't know, I've never seen 20. Like if you get to like 15, people are like 10 to 15% is like top performers. Like 20% click-through rate. And then the watch time, this episode was a little bit shorter. It was 18 minutes. The watch time was 13 minutes.
Hey.
It's like you're getting like 66%, like 2/3 completion with a 20% click is like bonkers. That's like top 1% performance.
See, I was doing the opposite where I was like, well, this video doesn't have as many views as last week, so
No. But I bet you it does.
That. I knew that was wrong.
well, that was always going to happen.
No, but I also think that you guys are trending like faster than you were.
No, I don't. I think we hit like 100K by this time last week.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But my what I was gonna say about the whole thing is, I am more encouraged, I guess, than ever, because like people like it. So like the
that's the other
analytics
stuff.
and all that stuff are great, but like people like it, and we're about to go on a 6-week-long press tour, which ends at the point where most shows come out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Like
time-wise.
when
yeah,
episode
yeah.
8 comes out, and we'll have gone on a 6-week-long press tour for it. When episode 8 comes out, that's when people start watching shows.
Yes.
So
Yes.
like I'm very encouraged by that people like what they're seeing, and we're gonna have a reason to talk about it for 6 weeks on tour. And then I think when it all comes out, people will go, "Hey, this whole show's out. People should go watch."
That is the beauty of YouTube. To go back to like the streaming stuff, it's like you're really in. You can do this on Netflix and all that shit too, but you're really like in total control of YouTube when you stumble upon a video and you can just click on it and go right back to episode 1.
Yeah.
because they're just gonna snowball.
Right.
You're like 70% of your views are non-subscribers, which means like new audiences watching it. I know. And the source of the traffic is like I think it was 66% YouTube browsing. So like people's algorithms, the For You page, the home page, whatever you want to call it, where you're being fed videos is coming from that. So like only like I think 4.9% was the number, that's a good chunk. So we should still do it. But that's Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all external shit.
Right.
So 95% of your views are coming from like the YouTube universe mostly. And that is a good thing because then the algorithm. So I think you're going to start to snowball here. I think if YouTube sees 60-something% retention, 20% click-through rate, 60% already coming from YouTube itself, 70% non-subscribers, I think they are going to fucking blast this out.
I hope so, and that all sounds good. But I also think like we've had that before with sketches when we thought like sketches were doing well, and we're like, oh, the numbers look good. Like, is this gonna get fed out? And that didn't really happen, which ultimately is a good thing because we grew out of, or not grew out of, but we had new avenues we wanted to chase. But like that, it's great that all the numbers are good. But like I don't want to get too. Like, oh, we only have 50. Like, no, like people like it. So like,
that's what matters.
That's
And I will say
You're
with the
right.
sketches, like-
There definitely was going to be a drop off from the
Right.
premiere just because it's a thing at Barstool, whether you're watching the show or not. But I almost think it's going to like all, if the people who watched episode 2 are like, I got to go back and watch episode 1.
right.
And people watch 3 are like, I got to go 1 and 2.
This is-
so it goes,
That's why
That's the argument for week to week.
releases,
yes, right.
Because if we drop this all at once, people are
It would be over.
People are already done talking.
And
about
all the talk, the talk would be
like,
over.
and now I think it's more exciting that we can talk about it, and I don't mean we as in like us as in promoters. I just mean like fans
Yes.
can talk about it. Grinnell texted me last night after the episode, and he was like, "Dude, this show's gonna be enormous," or something like that. And I obviously felt really nice to get that text, but I was also like, I hope you're right, And genuinely, I just hope you're right because I like the show and I think people would enjoy.
And you want to
seeing
just keep
it.
doing it.
Like,
and,
I think people would have a good time if they watch it. So I hope it is enormous or massive or whatever it is he says. And I think the only way to do that is to get out there and keep talking.
And I think a lot of people would say that, but I don't think they mean it. You know what I mean? It's like people want it to be a success to get famous and get money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't want it to be a success.
I know. And I'm sure there are people out there who would say, like, we don't care about the ratings. We just want people to like it, but they care about the ratings, you know? I get the sense from you guys that there is a genuine, like, we just want to keep making a show that we like. And the way that we do that is by it being a success and potentially making money and all those things. So let's do that so we can keep going. But the actual motivation is not really those numbers.
Yeah.
From my point, I mean, I don't even want to watch the show. I just want to look at the analytics.
But they're like, obviously, they're humongously important. I want to make sure, like, we don't get too into them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where,
It's not
like,
for you guys. It's for, like, I legitimately, I don't know how these things work with other companies, but, like, if I'm sure the Netflixes, the streamers, the Primes, the Hulus, all those have, like, a acquisition group or something. Mm-hmm. I would imagine they would look at, like, YouTube that is smashing YouTube numbers.
Yeah.
You know?
I also, like, I think that, and I mean, so we're now at the point, like, me and Feits, everybody's like, oh, you know, 2's great, 1's great. We now haven't seen 3.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's good too. I don't know how the rest goes. I'm sure it's good. I hope it's good. But if we're being honest, haven't seen it yet.
That's like the sort of
But
shit that you
I was
should
gonna
say, and like that's promo for.
Yeah.
It's like we don't even fucking know how to
but,
show.
like,
Like,
what
I
I
think we're
do
going to see
think of
episode
is, like,
3 today, right?
Yeah, I think
we're
so.
going to see it today.
In any TV show ever, whether it's a sitcom like a Seinfeld, Friends, or Breaking Bad, like, not that we're any of those shows, but what I'm saying in general TV, no TV show's best episode is ever its first episode or its second episode.
Sure, yeah.
So I hope we just kind of follow in that line where it's like, it's going to get better. People are going to get more used to the characters and get more invested into the storyline. Like, that is what sort of sucks about, like, and that's always how YouTube goes. That's all content goes, where episode 1 will get way more views than episode 2. It's like, well, I really want you guys to see all of them.
Yeah.
Because, like, it is, like, different than, like, a video series where it's like, you know, I don't know, whatever random Barstool YouTube series.
What is your favorite episode? And I asked this because
I like 2 more than one of the ones I've seen.
No. I mean, of the 7, what is your favorite episode?
Just from, like, shooting and how I think it'll
Yes.
come out. I think Lake Placid's good.
JackPocket is America's #1 lottery app. JackPocket. It's the phone app that lets you buy official lottery tickets right on your phone at all times. And they make ordering lottery tickets stupid easy, stupid proof. All you got to do is open up your app, pick your game, click purchase, and you can either do your own numbers or quick pick numbers. Swipe, and you've ordered it. That's as easy as it gets. Right now, Powerball is over $800 million. Juan Soto worked his whole life to be worth that money. And there's going to be some jamoke who's just like, I use JackPocket.
Yeah.
I knocked Juan Soto off the Forbes list because I use JackPocket. It's insane, man. It's my favorite thing in the world.
Crazy, huh?
And right now they're doing the JP Winnerverse, the JackPocket Winnerverse. They are giving away $250,000 in lottery credits. They're going to break it up amongst 2,500 people. That means 2,500 people are going to get $100 in free lottery credits if you enter and win in the JP Winnerverse. So what you do is download the JackPocket app, play a game, any lottery game. I recommend the one that might win you $800 million. But you could also do scratch-off tickets. You could do local lottery, whatever you want, Mega Millions. Take a screenshot of your order, of your purchase. Then go to social media. You follow JackPocket on social media, on Twitter, on X, on Instagram, TikTok. Post a screenshot of it and use hashtag JP Winnerverse. So play a game, screenshot, follow, post, and use hashtag JP Winnerverse, and you will be entered to win one of the $100 in lottery credits. Every time you do that, every game you play, and every time you post, and every time you use the hashtag, you get more entries to win. So right now until August 29th, which is tomorrow, you can keep entering. So enter the JP Winnerverse, win those lottery credits, and keep playing. You might win $800 million. Download JackPocket today and follow the rules to win. Listen, guys enter the room dick first, and BlueChew isn't just a tablet. It's a cheat code for your crotch so that when you enter that room dick first, people go, look at that dick that just walked in the room. That's a pretty good dick. You'll have stronger, harder, longer-lasting erections with BlueChew. It's like someone gave your downstairs a pep talk and a gym membership. BlueChew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. There's something to help every other aspect of your life. There's either a medicine or a supplement or something to help you when you need it to make things better. BlueChew does that for sex. It's not just a supplement. It's an erection resurrection. And it's not just about performance, guys. It's about afterwards when the girls are in the group chat and they're talking about you. Make sure that you get a good review on your performance because you use BlueChew. It's good for you. It's good for her. It's good for everybody involved. And the best part is right now, you can get your first month for free when you go to BlueChew.com and then use promo code KFC. BlueChew.com will give you all of the medical information, everything you need to know, all of the options available to you. They will approve you and then send you everything you need so that you can get your BlueChew on. Once again, it's BlueChew.com, promo code KFC. Get your first month for free, and then at checkout, all you got to do is pay $5 for the shipping. BlueChew.com, promo code KFC. Thank you to BlueChew for sponsoring the show.
I was asking you because I did Chicklets the other day, and they asked what the favorite episode to shoot was, or what the best episode was, and they said we heard it 6, and I was like 6 is Lake Placid. That was unbelievable, and that was so much fun to shoot, and that's what I've been saying. And I think it's what Sass has been saying, but I've been saying that since we shot it, and I think I'm just saying it out of habit now because I think 7 is gonna be awesome.
Finale.
I think maybe part of that reason is because like I was uncertain going into it, and then once we started shooting it, I was like, "Oh, this is fucking awesome."
I also think from like just a storyline perspective, I feel like episode 5 has the best like. There's truly 2 dueling stories.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So like I think that's I don't know. I hope they're all fucking good.
I you know what I want you guys to do at some point? You know when a show does like sometimes a full episode or maybe just like a cold open or something with like entirely different actors and it's like a flashback or a prequel or something like that, and you learn like, oh, that's actually the main character's mom and dad, and you realize why he's like fucked up or something like that. You guys, there should be an episode where it's like, I don't even know who's the actors, but it's just like how you guys came to be or whatever, where it's a total departure from the usual cast.
We've had talk.
Because to me, that makes me, I always feel like I'm watching like, oh, they're like investing in the story and other actors and shooting it in a way that's like to really build the universe, even if you're not seeing your favorite stars.
We have absolutely had flashback talks.
Okay. That would be sick. I would like that. That'd
What
be
like
cool.
for season 2? Have you guys talked about like, is there anything that you want to do differently in terms of like shooting, filming?
Wait, is there a season 2?
Well, I'm assuming that.
No, like Owen. Does he have a season 2 in mind?
We set it up where there could be.
There certainly could
Okay.
be, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Feits brought up the great point where like this was like months ago. I was like, man, I hope we can hope it does well. I hope we can make like season 2 or whatever. And Feits goes, we can do anything we want.
Yeah.
We can make 12 seasons. People might stop watching and hate it, but we can just make them.
That's really like the beauty of it, you know.
It's really like, I mean, we spent money obviously, but like as far as Barstool Sports is concerned, we didn't spend any money.
Yeah, right. And you know what? Like, let's say you were to get picked up by Netflix or something like that. They do a season or 2, and then I don't know, it doesn't make sense for them money wise, and they stopped. And you guys could just go back to YouTube.
Yeah.
Like most people would be like, oh, our show's been canceled. But how many fans are always like, I just saw Netflix cancel that show, The Waterfront, that one that I liked about drug running.
Yeah,
it was like in the top 5 for like weeks, and they cut it. And I was like, if they were to just be like, all right, we're going to do it on YouTube, I would watch the fuck out of it there.
Yeah.
So no one does that because they could probably consider it a failure, or they need to get another show that's going to be on Netflix or whatever it is. You guys could just be like, I don't know, we're going to put this on Twitter. Yeah. We're going to do whatever the fuck we want.
60
But
short TikToks.
I genuinely don't understand. Obviously, it's salaries is what a large portion of the budget is. But like the rest of it, I'm like, I don't know. Like we're renting Gigsters, and we're
I mean,
like
for like regular TV
Really,
shows.
TV
yeah,
shows,
like I don't know where they get these exorbitant budgets from.
I mean, they
like,
also have way more than like 3 or 4 camera people.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but I don't think you need it. Is what we're like. I think there's probably a level above you guys where it's like, okay, we have multicams, we have better lighting, whatever it may be.
It's
But you don't like beyond that. I think sometimes it's people trying to make a huge budget to turn it into like $1 billion industry. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
But
and like
there
if you
is-
went on
but-
location, there's things where you can spend more money and enhance the quality.
But
I
we've also been incredibly lucky. I guess this is like because of the comedy world and stuff like that. Like we've gotten a
cameos
lot
and, like,
of
the-
really good people playing
Yeah.
extras.
Yeah.
Who
For
would
free.
cost a lot of, you know what I mean?
Right,
Like, I mean,
right.
well, they're just doing it because they're friends or because they're nice. Or honestly, I don't know why people are doing it. I think it's because I think people just like doing it. Like that's
Why people are doing your cameos?
Yeah, I think people just
I think there's a lot of reasons, but I do absolutely think that you've built up a lot of goodwill with those people.
Yeah, but like with of course, like a lot of them are friends, but there's also just a lot of people who are like down to be
reverse it. Like if somebody came to you and with like worked at a big company or everyone's like, hey, do you want to be in my thing? I'd be like, absolutely.
Of course, but I think
I would maybe pay to be in it.
I think I had a misunderstanding of that beforehand, because like we try and like Venmo people a couple $100 for their time and stuff like that, but very largely no one even asks for money.
Yeah, and I think with you guys is like really fun.
Yeah,
like it's so.
Yeah.
After I walked out, like just seeing you guys film I think it was the finale. I was like, if all the episodes were this fun for them to film, it's gonna be fucking sick. Like,
and they
I
were.
was giddy walking out there. I was like, that was awesome.
I think though that like there's an element probably of like what Tommy said, like yeah, I'll go do something for a Barstool Sports production, but I also think a lot of those people have been around Barstool, come and done the show, sat with you before, and are like, this will be cool.
Yeah.
Like
you're a likable guy.
I think
I'm not referring to me. There are a lot of people in the show who aren't my friends.
Yeah, true.
I'm just referring to all of us.
But I could see like if Ari probably likes to do it, but if like a crew of people that he doesn't really get along with asked him to do it, I could see him not doing it. You know.
But I think what I'm saying is like I think people just like helping. Like they're like, oh, you're doing something, I'll help you out.
Especially where your guys are at. I feel like if you were a Netflix production, people would be like, where's my check?
For sure.
Because it's like, that's what happens. You get money for this. When it's like, we're just making cool. You know why? Because turning that down is like an indictment of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, if I say, where's my money? Or like, oh, you have to talk to my agent or whatever. It's like, yeah, you suck, dude. Like if someone says, hey, we're just doing this awesome thing for the love of the game. Do you want to be involved? And you say no, then you're just admitting you're not doing it for the love of the game. That's a tough thing to do, you know, to admit to.
That is true.
You guys also don't realize like the credibility that you've built up. Like every time somebody's like, "Oh my god, they asked me to be in an Out of Order sketch," like
people
you guys
are
like,
they
"Oh,
do
I
like
feel
that."
so bad. Like,
see, I'm never gonna like. I always just feel like I'm putting someone out. I'm never.
No,
it always feels like
What?
you're wasting something.
I really don't like it. Somebody we put up sign up sheets or something.
Oh, I think
because I don't like
what?
asking.
Whenever
people.
you guys ask me, I'm like, "Oh my god."
I know. I was gonna say I can't think of anybody here minus like Dave who wouldn't be like.
Wait, we should definitely do sign up sheets because that avoids the awkward thing. I hate asking.
Yeah, but
No,
then
I
you
almost
get a
think,
bunch
like,
of sign-ups
make it more
that they don't want. You know?
I think
we're
that-
just gonna cut that page in half and drop it.
I think that the credibility that you guys have built up is almost like the exclusivity of like, who are you gonna ask?
But I don't want it to feel like that at all.
You should keep
You
it
do.
feeling like
Yeah,
that.
you
Yes,
do.
you do. Because it's so much more exciting.
But then it feels like we're the gatekeepers of it. I don't want
Be
that.
the fucking gatekeepers.
You don't have to be, but like there should be an air of like
Also,
not
no
just
one
any
else-
jamoke gets
no
on
one
this.
else
But really,
thinks
any
you're the
Jamoke does. Like with like Chicklets, they were talking about that where they were like, "Oh, you guys are good actors and all that," and I was like, "Who's been bad? We've been doing this for 3 years. Like no one's ever been bad."
I keep saying I keep go back to like when people do kind of new age content that exposes other like lazy people or whatever. Like sometimes I'm like, I don't know, all these guys are good actors. Like maybe I should stop giving so much credit to like the DiCaprios of the world. Like Jackie can do this shit.
Yeah, just act. Just fucking pretend for a second.
No, I mean I think I got straight, right?
I feel like I caught it straight. No, Jackie's one of the best actors.
Yeah,
here.
like when I saw your, I think the first one I saw you was
I said Jackie's like very natural.
incredibly
Thanks,
natural.
guys.
Yo, there's such the fine line is like you can't be 100% natural because I don't think that plays on camera.
Yeah.
Because if you were to like really just see a conversation between me and John, it's probably pretty boring, you know. But if you overact, then it's overacting. So it's that fine line of like this plays theatrically but looks natural is this like the sweet spot that you got to get to, obviously. And everybody seems to be able to like do it pretty quickly.
I think you just pretend. Like I was again talking about that where it's like once we started filming, I was like, oh, I got to learn how to act. And so I was like watching master classes and stuff like that. And Samuel L. Jackson has one that's awesome, and he's so cool, and it's very, very cool to watch. And I'm sure I picked up a little thing here and there, but like, it's just a cool guy going, I don't know, man, pretend.
Just do it. Yeah. I get you, but also the mere fact that you all have watched those videos, read those books, like that matters. You might not realize you're getting Miyagi'd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not like, remember what Samuel L. Jackson said? Action, but it's in there somewhere.
But
you know?
that's what I think. I completely agree. I think we got Miyagi'd. I think everyone's been Miyagi.
Yeah.
I think
you've been watching, you've been performing on
people are running
social
up
media.
to you going, action, go,
Yeah.
and you're like trying to make it look natural. Like
Yeah.
I think I think I would venture to guess everyone at Barstool Sports is a good actor. Between like ad reads, podcasting, TikTok, social people, like,
Just being comfortable with the camera and lights
get,
and people
like,
around
used to
you
it,
and all
I
that.
think.
Yeah.
It also
yeah.
is a company of talented people.
Right. You're here
I
for
mean,
a reason.
KB went bananas
Yeah, that was
last
great.
night. KB went.
Was the Carolina Blues, like, were people commenting about that? 'Cause
I
that
would
got the
imagine
biggest,
so.
like, yeah.
I mean, like, it
I
was.
think Unslime Me was the big
Yeah,
one.
that was a big one.
Unslime Me. It's like when
The
they found
Moth
out
was the
DeGeneres was lesbian. That one kills me.
It is funny to watch what
He's like-
people pick up on as the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Moth was episode 1. I saw a lot of on Slime for episode 2. People really do gravitate towards their.
And
you
it
know.
always, not always, like we obviously, we knew KB went. I was watching it last night like I was watching a Steph Curry game. I was like, he can't fucking miss right now. It was like, I was laughing harder than I laughed at the premiere, laughing harder than I watched any of the edits. Like, he was insane
Were
last
you
night.
there when we shot that?
No.
I was
Was
there.
that
and
in
I
Chicago?
No,
No, that was in New York, and I was like watching it live. You knew, like, yeah, I'm watching something special right now.
Yeah.
And Nick was great too.
Yeah.
Like, Nick played.
Nick actually, I think, is the most natural.
When he's
Like, I'm like that
fucking thing I do.
Yeah, he seems like he's that guy. Like
Yeah.
that agent guy is like him.
Who's the dad of the kids?
Derek Drescher.
Derek Drescher.
He's
yes.
really good at
He's
yeah,
so
really
fucking
good.
funny.
He was
funny.
great.
Dude, he
Yeah.
was.
Fun.
People love the montage too. That was a big thing.
He was.
People fucking love montage.
Good montage.
I love a montage. personally.
Montage.
Beat it
awesome.
up, beat it up. Dude, Drescher was unbelievable. That felt very Frank Reynolds. When Pavs cuts to him and he's kind of just staring through his glasses.
Yeah.
I was like, they do Frank cuts like this all the time. Yeah.
And it is cool, like we said, like people help out. It's cool when we're done with the shoot with like a non-Barstool person. They're like, oh, I had a really fun time.
Yeah.
Like, that
I've always
makes
said
it
when
so
we
worth
wrap
it.
up an interview, people will say to me like, oh, that one was an easy one, or like that was so much better than Good Morning America or whatever. That to me, that's like the highest praise I
Yes.
can get. Is did you enjoy making it?
Right.
You know.
That was one of the first times.
Just dropped the staple down my pants.
You're out. You're out.
I broke it in half. What?
You honestly got it out. Or
What?
something came flying out.
No, there's more.
Wait,
staples.
let's just stop for
Why
a
are
second.
you holding staples?
I
Breaking
fidget.
them
Why are you
up?
putting
Where'd
why are you
you
putting
get a
staples in
staple?
your
I haven't seen a
pants, bro?
There was a
stapler in this
staple on
whole
the ground,
office.
and I broke it
You're-
in half.
you're
so I
talking
could
about a
fidget with
paperclip.
both of them. This is half of it.
And then why'd you put it on your nuts?
No, I wasn't. I had it right here. And it
Oh,
fell
just
down.
bad luck. It just fell right down your.
Whatever. Not a big deal.
Now those staples have like been kind of underneath your ball sack.
Yeah, they might be right there right now. But whatever. Let's
That might be like the
look so
first time.
stressed out.
That might be like the first time in like human history that someone got staples stuck under their balls. Like, how does that even happen? How does that happen?
Someone
dude?
wasn't in my
I
apartment
just
last
always
night.
like to fidget. Like even when I get a straw wrapper at a restaurant, I always.
You're a
fidget
fidget guy. We got plenty of fidget stuff.
Oh,
around, right?
we actually kind of ran out of our fidget stuff.
I got these magnets at home. I gotta bring the magnets in. You'll love
Get
the
the
magnets.
magnets
The
back in.
magnets are great. We're big
Anyway.
fidgeters over here.
Sorry to interrupt.
Anyway, yeah, I think the YouTube stuff is very promising to the point that like, and I put up a video explaining a lot of the stats, and people were like, 200,000 views is like smashing YouTube. It's like the algorithm will make that a bigger pool. Like it's reaching a certain amount of people on YouTube right now, and when YouTube sees that 20% of people are clicking on it and then staying for 13 minutes. YouTube wants more people to watch more things longer, so you stay on their website. So right now, it blasts out to 50,000 people. And if they see that 20% of them click and then stay for 13 minutes, they're going to blast it out to 100,000.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
a million. And then, so like, the views or whatever, views, likes, comments are kind of the vanity metrics, which by the way, those are all good. It's like 98% to 2% like to dislike ratio. The comments, whether they're good or bad, there's enough of them that I think you're showing that it's kind of like a cultural moment every time it drops, that people are into it. But it's like you go deeper and
Comments bad?
no, I'm just saying to me, I don't whether
Better
they're good
for
or bad. The
worse.
fact that there was like 1,000 comments the first night it came out was just like people have to talk about it. Yeah. But when like YouTube starts to, 650 million people a day on YouTube, like if they decide to show it to 650 million people and it got 20% click, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how it goes. So I can see that, there are people who are like, if it didn't do 100 million views, it's not a big deal, but it's
No,
within
that's my thing. Where obviously numbers matter. That's a humongously important thing. But like people seem to like it.
yeah.
so let's just keep telling them to watch it and not get too caught up.
Right.
That's
more for
it's one.
us,
It's like anything with like when we're talking about sports. Like analytics matter, but also
the eye test.
Like,
You guys passed the eye test.
Yeah.
But in terms of if a streamer did want to look at it, or if there's clients who want sales or whatever, because as much as those things aren't the reason you're doing it, when those things fall into place, you get season 2, season 3, you get a budget, you get stars, you get all of that helps it grow to be what you really want it to be in the final product, you know? Although it seems like you're kind of already doing, I mean, like if you could change something about it, what would it be? Is there something that a budget could fix or change? Is there something that
probably wouldn't shoot in my apartment so often?
I think it would just be like taking a month or 2 or however long where it's like that's the only we're just shooting.
Yes.
Yeah,
like a shooting
yeah,
schedule
running around
instead
trying
of
to
like,
juggle
all right,
like
we'll do
5
this
things.
2 p.m. after this podcast or whatever. Like, I think just being like, because then it's also easier to like just constantly stay in character and like be all right, this is my life for the next 6 weeks.
For sure.
Continuity, all those things you guys worry about. But I'm sure there's a world where like, you know, if you were, let's say you weren't at Barstool, you guys were just trying to make a TV show or whatever, you had some agent, he'd be like, the show's a hit, we got interest. The first thing we're going to do, you don't have to live inside your studio anymore. Like, that would be a big deal if you know, we're going to, like, rent or build a soundstage that is your guy's apartment now, so it's not yours. Yeah. Like, you probably view that as an inconvenience, but other people would be like, this is a non-starter. We can't make this in my home.
No,
you know
and
what
also,
I mean?
I want, like, if I could go back and do it any different way, I would not do it a different way at all. Like,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that
This is
helped all of
create
us.
it
Like,
all, yeah.
Like, that felt great. You know, after,
Would it be
after
nice to
6
not-
months?
Yeah, it gets
you're
a
like,
little-
all right.
Let's wrap this up.
But like genuinely, like I and also like I'm really kidding. I don't care at all that we're shooting in my apartment. It is a bit of a pain in the ass to move shit all the time.
Yeah.
But like it's not the end of the world. But yeah, I would think
that's a
if
bit
we
of
had
a-
a budget, that would be I think the first thing we do is build the set.
I always think about like one time I remember Nick saying that him and KB just wanted to see if they could like somehow get Clemmer, send him to Canada for no reason. So they call and like have him like dress up as a hockey puck or something. So they go, hey Clemmer, like we're gonna have you like fly out to Canada for like the hockey puck thing. We're just gonna have you dress up as a hockey puck and like whatever. And he was like, okay, sounds good. Like, is this run by everybody? And they're like, yeah, don't worry. Like you're gonna go these days. And then they call like I think it was like Rone, and they're like, hey, by the way, we're gonna have Clemmer like, or they called somebody Hank or whatever, and they were like, you were gonna have Clemmer do this. And Hank was like, all right, did you run it by like Big Cat or something? They were like, yeah, Big Cat said it was okay. And then they called the like bunch of people. They called Chris, and they're like, hey, like by the way, Clemmer's gonna do the hockey puck thing, all this. And then they had like full budget. So I feel like if you were just like, hey, by the way, like it got approved that we have like $300,000 budget.
Jackie, you keep pushing
I
these
I was
strides.
telling
Last
her
night,
to
she's
do
like,
that. I
what
was
if
like,
you just called and said,
I'm not
yeah, I
telling
already
you.
got the
Dave
job.
said I got a job. It's good. Just start sending the checks to this address, please.
But there's a
Pam Beasley becomes office manager. It's a great episode.
Yeah, because stands it.
yeah.
I can see that. I can see that, man.
I got a quick thing.
Yeah.
It's obviously candy related.
Actually.
I've realized I can now. I'm such a candy expert. I know I like my chocolate like 2-day dry aged. Like I'll open a Three
Like
Musketeers.
open and leave it.
I'll open a Three Musketeers.
It gets like crumbly and shit.
a 2-day dry aged Three Musketeers.
Dry, this motherfucker says dry
Like
aged.
it's like beef jerky.
I don't know if I disagree with you.
I
It's a
definitely
ridiculous
disagree.
thing to say.
No, to me, like chocolate
But I'm
bars
not
they
sure if it's
crumble
wrong.
apart, they
It gets a little
frack.
bit-
Nah,
Yeah.
you guys are nuts.
With the Three Musketeers, the Three Musketeers is one I like air dry.
Three Musketeers stinks, dude.
Huh?
Three Musketeers stinks.
Tried aged.
I mean, I absolutely will try this because it's like trusting. It's like watching Picasso paint.
I'm really excited. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just something I like. But if you try it,
I will
want to
for
hear
sure
what you
give
You're
it a
saying
whirl.
leave it out of the wrapper for 2 days.
Yeah.
I think there's something satisfying about that because it's like when that usually happens when you're finding chocolate you didn't know you had. So you find it and you're like, fuck yeah, chocolate.
That's what it was. I
Yeah.
found
I
the Three Musketeers.
I know this motherfucker found it under his couch and was like, must be still good. Tastes about 3 days old.
I was like, this is unbelievable, dude. And then one more quick thing. I recently started brushing my beard in the mornings.
All
And
sorts of shit in there.
no, it just like, I think it looks better. And I was like, oh yeah, I probably should have brushed the hair on my face this whole time. Like every morning I run a comb through my hair,
but not
never had thought about my face. And I've done it for like 4 days now. And I was like, oh, dude, that looks way better.
I'm at a real crossroads with my facial hair. Like, I used to keep it longer to hide it like a double chin, but now it's getting gray enough that when it grows out,
I think that's awesome.
No, it's like I get these swirly patches, right? If it was like a kind of a salt and pepper thing, but it's like boom, patch of gray.
You almost need more gray
spot
in
of
your
gray.
hair.
Yeah, I need the whole thing to be, because that, I mean, I wish, but I can't make
you
this
gray
so.
up?
I
Stressing
can't
out.
possibly add more stress. The fact that I haven't lost my hair or hasn't turned gray yet, I'm like, these people who are like, oh, I lost my hair because I was stressed. I was like, what's going on in your life? Either you're the biggest pussy in the world or you got more stress than anybody alive.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Zelensky.
One more thing before Tommy pees his pants. Do you think Ben Shapiro can bench 200 pounds? Ben Shapiro he's
5'5",
pint sized.
Right.
Yeah. If I had to guess, I would say he is like 5'5", 140 or 50 pounds. So we're talking like
guess no.
over his own body weight, which is pretty, like that's, no matter what, relatively speaking, I think if you're benching 30, 40, 50% over your own weight, that's pretty high.
I would guess no, but if he did, I wouldn't be like, oh my god.
Well, the reason I think he can, he did a video on Mandami was Mandami. I always say that wrong.
Mandani, I think. Yeah.
How is it? What is it?
I say Zoran.
Yeah. He was benching, and I think it was 135, right? That's the standard with 45 on each side. He couldn't do it. And Shapiro did this video being like, the average man can bench his own weight. And if you can't do that, like, that's not a lot of weight at all. And like, for reference, I can do 200 pounds. I could probably do 135 pounds 15 times. And I was like, you better be able to. Yeah, nailed it, right?
That was a great impression.
Like, that almost feels like if you're going to go on camera and say that, either A, you absolutely know you can do it, or B, you're setting it up for people to be like, no, you can't, and then you're going to bang it out.
Yeah.
I would hope he did it before he recorded.
That's what he's got to be too. Like, he's got to be. But then I'm also like, if he can, he should do it right fucking now, because it would be pretty impressive.
I don't know much about him, but like I've seen him. He looks like he's got a normal face, so I'm sure he's in.
Yeah, he's small, but he looks like he's probably in shape.
And if you're in small, everything's a lot easier. So if he's very short, which he is, it's a lot easier to do.
To bench?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Benching, like if you watch KD. Like KD at the fucking...
Because his arms are so long?
Your arms are so long.
You have to do so much more.
That's my issue. I'm too lanky.
Like, I remember when I was at FSU, I went to like the bench press competition at the gym, and like everyone who won was like 5'6".
Because
you're just T-Rexing arms.
Yeah.
And then if you have long arms, you have to move the weight very far. So
interesting.
I would guess he can. If he said it and he's short and he looks like a pretty regular guy, I would guess he can.
But he's pretty tiny. I think you should do that, and people would be like, "Wow."
Yeah, I'm guessing
because that would be the equivalent of what you benching, let's say, like 275 or something, like upwards of 300, right? Like if I'm just trying to think of if he raised like 130 pounds and he's talking about 200, like I'm like, your weight's how much more over your weight could you lift? And it would be like that would be a sizable amount.
I could probably lift like 300, and I weigh like 200.
Right. So it's maybe not quite that, but enough that it would be like that's a lot for a guy your size.
Yeah.
But he was going in on
bench press or like
standing
up? Okay.
Yeah, no, the bench. He was, of course, people just clowning him for not being able to lift it. It's like, you better be able to fucking do it.
But like that's the thing, like as Tommy said, like Ben Shapiro, it's not his first time on the internet. He knows what he's going to say.
Yeah. That's why.
So he's setting it up so he can do it.
It's almost more like I am assuming he absolutely can, and I'm just surprised by that because he is a small guy. And I say all this with like, I am never going to make fun of anybody's bench. I'm not the guy to lift. Don't challenge me. I will say no because I can't do it. But yeah, I think he's got to do it now. So Ben, go do it. This is your challenge. Go prove us. All right, Tommy, go pee. See everybody watch The Beach House this weekend. Any expectations? Any predictions? Yeah, sorry, man. Finale.
Tommy's got that. Tommy's been doing Kegels.
It's the finale, final weekend. Anything planned, or are we just winging it again, like another round of what we've been seeing?
We got the schedule, like I think we got a boat day, some bars, maybe a trivia night or something.
Yeah, Price is Wrong, and then I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
it's the
should
game.
be fun. It's gonna be got to reach back everything we got.
Yeah. I mean, part of me thinking about like the cast is like the Jackie Danny wedding happened. Annika and Nikki already hooked up. I feel like that could have been like a finale that already happened. I mean, I guess Tommy could fuck like another blonde girl. Like, is there anything that is open-ended that we need to like?
I don't know. I
guess like Kadek and Ella need to hook
like,
up.
shit's gonna go
I
down.
do too. For some reason, I feel like there's gonna be like a blowout.
Yeah.
Really?
Some people like
because
have been holding in shit
everyone
there.
knows it's the
the
last,
last weekend.
weekend.
So I don't have to see you guys next weekend,
Maybe
sort of thing?
subconsciously, people will start like getting shit out. I don't know what. I don't know who, but I have the same gut feeling as Jack.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope.
I think I could see that, or I could see you guys being like, not limping to the finish line, but like we all know each other. I know who I either have beef with or didn't have beef, or we made up and we don't have beef anymore, and
It's
we're
not
back at
worth
the
it.
Osprey for the 50th time, and like let's just get to the end and call it a day.
See what happens. Only one way to find out.
Tune
is to
in
go fucking live it.
to 50,000 clips on the Barstool Beach House socials. Mascots will be out next week, and we'll be back on Tuesday.